guys, welcome back to the Ride Waxing and UK One Wheel channel. Back in the workshop, back doing what I love. We've got a set of 163 X Drive Salomon skis in the workshop. First set of skis for a while. Had quite a few sets of snowboards and snowboards in the workshop, which has been cool. Still got to do my Jones board, which is behind me here. And we've got to swap some bindings over on that, so that's a video to come. But yes, back to the Salomons. These are in need a little bit of attention. These are ready to rip for the new year, off to the Alps. And yeah, the rails are a little bit grey, a little bit mottled and a little bit rusty, but we'll get them looking ship shape. So I'm going to take a detailed look, pop you in my hand, and we'll have a quick scope down these skis and see what they need. So, checking out these skis, top coat will give a good polish. Like I say, these are just natural marks from ski poles and skis and ski lifts, but there's nothing really untoward. I've checked the DIN settings on both, but just for the customer's reference, we've got just over 6 on both skis. So if they ever were adjusted, and we've got just over 6, literally the line width on the rear as well. And the center gap is also there, so the customer can always refer back to this if they ever were dropped, knocked, or somebody adjusted them, so that way then the boot going into the binding won't be affected. But yes, let's flip this other ski over and let's have a quick look. So we've got obviously a bit of corrosion, and this pretty much runs down through the whole ski, about the best definition we've got there. But as we come down to the center part of the ski, you can see, obviously, it starts to get a little bit cloudy. If we just quickly zoom in a bit. There we go. And we'll get that looking really, really nice and bright. We get the definition in the base of that black part of the bottom of the ski into the silver rail. And that pretty much runs all the way up the ski, as you can see just there. Excuse this is all the old waxing stuff. I do need to brush that into these little holes, which I have just down here, which is really cool, because that goes into a little tray, which I have just here. And if you haven't seen this video on building my bench, then do check it out. I'll pop it in the description below. So if you want to build one yourself, you can do. It's a bit overkill, but I didn't really have any idea in lockdown. Anyway, I'm going on. Back to the ski. We got a little bit of PTEX just here. So we'll lay a little bit of PTEX in there. I think a lot of this will clean up. We've got a little bit on this rail, quite heavy corrosion again. If we just zoom in, just there, so we'll clean all that up. But yeah, like I say, nothing else really. There's a little bit up on the nose, just up here. Again, nothing really to worry about, because this doesn't really have contact so much, but we'll still tidy this up. We'll take off the high spot and fill those up, and that again applies to this ski over here. So just because it's not touching the snow all the time doesn't mean that I won't get it sorted out. So we will fill those, scrape that back, clean all that up, and we'll get a nice brush line, which probably for around about here where the contact point is. So let's get in to these skis. So that's a detailed look. What we're going to do then, we'll pop one ski to one side. I'm going to change the actual ski holders. This is actually a snowboard holder on my bench. We'll go to a ski holder, because then it clamps around the center and we can get that drive. We'll obviously use the bandings, which go around the actual brakes themselves to keep them out of the way. And then obviously we use a base bevel and the side bevel. We'll get them nice and sharp. And then we'll clean the base of the ski, do some PTEXing. I always clean them PTEX and then clean again. And that way then, when we're ready to go and lay the wax down, the actual base of the ski is in tip-top condition. So let's get on and get on to time-lapse, put some tunes on, and I wish I could do it as fast as time-lapse, because that way then I could do lots more skis. But anyway, let's crack on. So I thought I'd just quickly show you this. Now this is the tuned edge, which I've just done. And this is the non-tuned edge. And it is always key to keep your skis tuned, because this is a difference of holding you on the mountain on that icy bit opposed to slipping over And not only that, you get the definition back, you get the base also level. It's obviously this we've run this one half 1 degrees off, so 90, and that way then you've got a nice carving edge, and obviously it does help reduce catching. But there's a difference. So just make sure you tune your ski. Like I say, it's a must, absolute must. And I think you'll agree, big difference. So I thought I'd share that with you. See what goes into it, see? Right, here we go, let's carry on. Just a very quick comparison. This is the side rail of the ski. And again, this comes back to sharpening. You can just see the corrosion, the rust and the dirt that's built up there. Now, let's go across to this ski. Whoop, there we go. There's your difference. And what I am actually doing is the base material here, where is my finger? There it is white. If you scroll down, it goes yellow. If you look at that ski, it's filthy. So I also clean these up because that makes the ski look newer and fresher. When you look at that, it looks a lot newer. I haven't finished that obviously as yet. And obviously that's more yellowed just through age and wear. But I'll always clean this up because I think it just looks a lot nicer. But look at the difference in the rail from that one to that one. That's your edge. That is exactly what you need. And that is exactly what I love to bring back to these skis. And then the great gentleman who rides these is going to have an awesome time. And that's what it's all about. It's having a great time on the mountain. Cool, there's that sticker. You only get one of those if you come here. Right, back in the stand. I'm going to finish cleaning off the yellowing here. Finish off the rail. Flip the ski over. Do the other side. Then we're on that one. Base is all done, so that looks great on both. And then we're on to waxing. But first, after that, before that, whatever, PTEXing. Let's crack on. Right guys, so these skis have now come out of the hot room. They've actually sat here now for about 45 minutes to an hour and they've cooled down in my workshop because the workshop this time of year is freezing. I've got the other ski just there and like I say, these skis are looking absolutely on point. I am so pleased with these. I am going to use the scrapers. I'm going to put my a bib on first because this is a messy old process because you get all these shavings off. And basically, then we're going to polish the ski up. We're going to use a multitude of brushes. And then, yeah, I'll show you the before and after. I have done a before shot. Again, a couple of those details on those rails, absolutely key you get them dialed in. Because those little bits of metal are the difference of you slipping and sliding and maybe hurting a hip or an arm. Or not, basically. And if you've got those sharp, then you've got every chance to stay up on your feet. So, let's get this wax off, stick some tunes on, and let's crack on with the stripping.
when I walk for it.
Okay, wow, I am so pleased with these skis. They've come up lovely, and I think you would agree, you know, from that before and after shot, the definition between those rails and that base is basically point on these skis. The bases actually aren't in too bad a condition. The PTEX has gone down lovely. They are super smooth and super flat, and they are super polished. Plenty of wax, but more importantly, we've got the edges. We've dull tipped the tails and the toes, so basically they won't be catching. But yeah, I think you'll agree. Awesome. Great shine from tip to tail. These are ready to shred. I'm really, really pleased with these. Really, really pleased. Both skis have come up really, really well. And it's just always nice when you actually work on something and you actually improve it, because you just know the experience is going to be so much better when riding it. But guys, thanks for watching. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, share with friends. And if you want to become a member of the channel, then obviously go across my members page, hit it. It's only a little bit of money per month, but it helps buy the products and stuff for me to keep my channel going. So, until next time, we will see you soon.